What's up, traders? I'm here with my good friend, Murray, and he's been on a pretty hot streak recently to start the year. So I want to speak about what he's doing well, how TradeZilla is helping him, and what is he doing well. That's some things that you can actually implement in your own trading that can help you get payouts like he has. So before we get into it, you can use the discount codes JB and JB10 for TradeZilla discounts. The link is in my bio as always. But yeah, Murray, if you want to just introduce yourself and then we'll get right into it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, what's up, guys? My name's Murray. I've been a friend of James's for a couple of years now, and he's actually the reason I got into trading away from the crypto and NFT side of things, which is where I started. He got me into the ASFX course, onto ASFX TV, and it really has helped me a lot in my trading journey over probably the last 2 to 3 years. So yeah, we've been trading the DAX, solely the DAX, since the beginning of this year, and that's definitely helped me a lot narrow things down and focus in on one asset. So yeah, it's been a good start to the year, and I give a lot of credit to you, Jamo.
No, 100%, Muzz. You've been crushing it, dude. And I think something that I will speak about a few things, but I definitely think one thing for you has been literally focusing on one asset. I think that's been quite a big thing for Murray in terms of he had a little bit of success last year. I think you took about couple of payouts last year, but nothing like what you're doing right now. And I think it's just obviously, you trading very, very nicely and aggressively when you need to be, and you've solely focused on the DAX, which is when you narrow in and something like that, when it moves, you can be out when you need to, be in aggressive when you need to as well. So let's bring up my screen here. I do want to just show, just for validation's sake. Here's Murray's E8 certificates. He took some 2 nice big payouts over here, as you can see on the 6th of March. We're currently filming this on the 12th of March. That was the one. And then the other one over here. So some very, very nice payouts that Murray's been taking. So we're going to get Murray's TradeZilla up, see what he's doing well, see what, maybe he can do better. I know he was speaking to me about a few things because we all can always improve as traders, right? I think that's something. But yeah, it's been super cool to see your journey, Muzz, and it's inspiring for not only me, but also others, because you've just been trading really, really well, and just seeing you come. I mean, last year, you haven't taken payouts before last year, and you've been in this trading thing for on the ASFX for 3 years. So it doesn't just happen overnight, right?
No, 100%. I totally agree. And it's weird, like when you first start trading and, you try and copy what other people are doing, and everyone says you need to find your own way of doing things. And in the beginning, you kind of think of it and you're like, are you crazy? Like, that's way too difficult. Like, how do people even figure this stuff out? And it actually is true. You got to kind of find a strategy and keep knocking at it, keep testing it, find assets that you're comfortable with, and just keep grinding. Honestly, that's the only thing I can say. In the beginning, it seems like such a daunting task to find a way or a system of trading that suits you best, but it really is possible. And I've proved to myself that it is possible. And I really just want to keep the ball rolling now. It's been a good start to the year. We've taken just under 20K worth of payouts since the end of Jan, and I really want to get to that 50K payout goal this year and get up to $500,000 in funding. That is the goal for the year.
There we go, the guys. So, Murray's really taken 20K in payouts, and it's only Q1. I mean, you times that before, that's going to be 80K. And if you get more funding, obviously more funding is going to be, a lot easier to get payouts, obviously, because you've got more capital behind you. So there's the proof. Okay, so let's bring up Murray's. Let's remove my screen here and bring up Murray's dashboard, TradeZilla dashboard. So, Muzz, let's go to your report section if we can. Let's just before we do that, let's have a brief overview. If you can just go back to the dashboard. Apologies.
Yeah, here we go.
If you can just zoom out to the okay, there we go. Average win to loss ratio 1.59, profit factor of 1.54, trade win percentage of 50%, but look at that risk reward ratio. That's brilliant. Day win percentage of 66%. So that is a profitable system, I can tell you. I always tell traders to go and put this into a equity simulator. If your stats are telling you that you will make money long term, you are, there's no point of you going to fix your psychology when your trading statistics, you letting your losers run too fast or whatever it is. So really, really good trade statistics here. And Muzz, if we just go to, so that's obviously you can now see he's actually due maybe for some more payouts because he's up back above 20K now. So this is just on his funded accounts. This is really, really solid. If you just go to your report section, Muzz, I want you to just walk me through this report section. Since getting TradeZilla, how have you found, what have you been seeing in your trading statistics?
So one thing for me that really stood out. So obviously, I've only had TradeZilla for 2 days. I know that's really bad, but my biggest goal was to get payouts and to use those payouts to buy more challenges, TradeZilla, Edgefill, etc., etc. So I've just got TradeZilla this week, but you can obviously add your accounts to it, and it gets all the historical value for you. So one thing that really stood out for me was the time of day that I am the most successful. So obviously I trade the DAX. It opens up at the London session, which for me at the moment is 10 a.m. And as you can see, my most profitable time is from 10 a.m. to 12. As you can see, that is green and green, quite big green. And then obviously as 12 o'clock ends, it starts getting quite bad. So this kind of obviously showed for me that I'm coming in at the open, I'm getting in, getting out quickly, making good money. And then as the day goes, I start to lose focus from about 1 o'clock, get a bit bored, and start chasing stupid little winning trades, which ends up costing me money. So yeah, this has been probably the most influential thing that I've picked up on TradeZilla just from my statistics so far. I thought this was a really, really cool thing to see.
And this, you won't actually be able to see this without TradeZilla. And that's why Murray used the prop firm Payouts to actually get TradeZilla, because this is only going to make the beautiful thing about TradeZilla, guys, is that no matter if you're a CFD trader, if you're a futures trader, options trader, whatever it is, stock trader, you can use TradeZilla to better your trading. So again, you can use the codes JB and JB10 for the annual and the monthly discounts. And again, walking through these statistics, are great. In fact, if you guys are watching this and you want me to go through a TradeZilla, your stats with you through TradeZilla, I'll do a free call with you if you reach out to me. If you guys are listening this far, so whoever listens will get a free call if they reach out to me on that. So yeah, Maz, I think that's very, very interesting. If you also just go to the report section, if you go to instruments, please, Maz, for us.
Yes, so instruments. There's only one.
Let's see. There we go. DAX. As you can see, really only one DAX that he's trading. I think you might have had one or two other trades on the S&P and currency pairs. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Maz, it was about last year, July, I switched over to kind of trading the DAX. And I was like, hey, Mazza, I think you better have a look at the indexes. They move a lot more cleanly. There's an actual open. It tends to trend a lot better than some of the currency pairs. And that's when you hadn't had a payout before that. And then last year, when you actually moved over to the DAX, that's when you started to see your first signs of success, right?
That's correct, yeah. So when I first joined ASFX, it was all, currency pairs and A1 systems and D1 systems and all sorts of stuff like that. And, that obviously it does work. It's proven to work and the stats are behind it. But the indices really have changed the game for me. It's a trending market. It hasn't opened, so you see at the open the volume that comes into the market at the open, and you just get better trending moves regularly. Not every single day is a trending day. We know that, and those kind of days you need to look after your capital and get in and out quickly. But when you do have good trending days, the indices really do move nicely.
Yeah.
And I really just chose the DAX because of, obviously I'd been trading it before, and the time zone just works for me. I'm in South Africa, yes. So the open is at 10 a.m. And it just really worked for me. So in the beginning of this year, I kind of said, okay, let's just focus on the DAX at the open. And yeah, it really has been successful for me. And you can see that obviously right here with net profit. And this is only for 3 live accounts. This isn't live accounts I've had in the past. Or live account or funding challenges currently. This is just live capital that I've had since the end of Jan. Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, so maybe if you can, Maz, maybe walk us through maybe what is your risk management? How do you add into trade, scale out? If you can just walk through maybe a trade that you took. I know you had a nice winning trade today. So if you go to the beautiful thing is also if you go to trades on TradeZilla, okay, you can go to if you go to trades.
Trades, yeah.
Yep. And then you go through, you can click the last trade, like on the DAX over there, the last one up.
Or this one. Oh, sorry, no, this was the one from earlier today.
Yes. Okay. So if you click on this right now, it brings up the really trading cool. Dashboard, which is really cool. So maybe just if you can just walk us through this, for us, please, Muzz. What are you kind of looking at the charts? What are you using? VWAP, stuff like that. How are you adding into your trades as well? And is that something that you're doing quite well, like adding in, being able to get out? Walk us through that type of the stuff that you do there.
So obviously, adding into positions can be quite tricky. You can get situations where you add in at the wrong time and get stopped out, and you end up doubling down on your loss. But there are certain situations where it actually can work out. So I use VWAPs to trade the DAX. So I'll have a London VWAP at the open. I'll have a daily VWAP from the start of the day, and then high day VWAP, low day VWAP, and so that's kind of how I'll trade the DAX. Break of VWAPs or bounces off VWAPs, etc. So this was, you obviously can't see the VWAPs on now, but this was a break of the London VWAP long position, and I didn't even add into this one. It ran itself up, and I managed to get out. I risked 0.8%, and I got out just over 1.1%, which was a really, really nice trade. And then I had a few other scalps on the longs of break of high day VWAP after that, which got me to just under 1.8% up for the day, which was really, really nice, especially on a day like CPR when things can be really, really choppy. So I had to keep it tight. I did overmanage my trade a little bit, locking my stop a bit too early and getting stopped out when it's still in the trend. I just had to be a bit more patient, but I managed to get my spot and I got the job done. Yeah.
Okay, now you're all doing this on the 1 minute chart, right, Muzz? Why the 1 minute chart?
I just feel like you get more information with regards to how price reacts to VWAPs on the 1 minute chart. You know what I mean? So, if you on a higher time frame chart, you're just seeing one bar and a pin. You know what I mean? Whereas on the 1 minute, you can see price hits the London VWAP, it bounces off, or it breaks through underneath or above, and you can look for it kind of gives you more confirmation on the long or short position that you're looking at. So I do like to also look at higher time frames. I always start my day looking at the 15-minute time frame, looking at levels of the DAX where prices respected previously, and then I'll go down to the 5-minute chart and try and kind of confirm my trend before going into the day. So but definitely executing on the 1 minute chart has helped me.
Sure. I really like that. Something that, I like using the VWAPs too. I also like using the 5-minute 200 EMA. I personally do like the 5-minute, but you got to find what works for you. Sometimes I do drop to that 1 minute. I think I was actually scalping with Muzz on the 1 minute, but again, like you got to find what works for you. I think that's very, very, I really like that, Muzz. That's super, super neat, bro.
Yes.
Okay. So, going forward, what are some goals that you have? What advice would you give to some guys that are maybe getting into trading the indexes?
Find what works for you and don't overcomplicate it. When I mean don't overcomplicate it, don't look at every single index. Start with, a couple and kind of work your way to what's going to suit you best. I think, like referring back to the days when we used to trade the Forex side of things and you have a million different currency pairs, it can be really, really overwhelming, especially for someone really new into the industry and trying to kind of grasp what's going on with trading. So choose a few indexes and really just learn the price action, play around with VWAPs. VWAPs have really changed the game for me. Honestly, It is such a clean way of finding trend and getting into positions at good prices and really like making the most out of moves. So that for me has been a big game changer. And being on ASFX TV has also been amazing. You get to watch guys like Austin, James, and Evan, who are really good at the VWAP stuff. James, obviously, you're a bit more on the discretion side of things, but you're still involving all that kind of stuff. And that really helped me learn a lot as well, to be able to watch other people that are really good at this work and explain stuff to me really helped me get through. And really kind of have a bit of a breakthrough here.
Yeah, 100%. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress, Maza, and we'll definitely get you on for some more chats. But I think we can cut it there. Let's go like that. Let's get us, yeah. I appreciate you coming on, Maza. I'm looking forward to maybe we can get some more video content of you, and we can get you on the
100%.
channel. I will say, Marzo mentioned ASFX TV. You can use the code James for a 50% discount with ASFX TV as well. So 2 plugs there in today's video. Tradezilla, our codes as mentioned, JB and JB10. And then we'll get you discounts with Tradezilla. And then ASFX TV as well. The code James gets you a 50% discount to our live streaming services. I took a loss on stream today, bounced back later. So we're not claiming to be the world's best traders, but we know how to make money long-term in the game. So come join us on stream. Murray's found success with us, and he's doing really, really well. So I look forward to it, Maz. It's really going to be, I'm looking forward to how the rest of the year and continue pushing each other, bro. So appreciate your time, and we'll see you on the next one.
Thanks very much. Yeah, I look forward to it. I'm going to get myself a nice streaming setup. So the next time we jump on a podcast here, we'll be crystal clear and ready.
Eve Tech's calling.
Eve Tech cart loaded, boy. I've just got to get this.
Locked and loaded, boss. Locked and loaded. No, brilliant. Man.
One good trade tomorrow. The payout is locked in again, and Eve Tech is getting a call.
Eve Tech is getting the coin. Tell Eve Tech to fund Eve Tech directly. Perfect, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it, and we'll check you then for some more interviews, brother.
100%, brother, man. Thanks so much. Really appreciate being on, and look forward to many, many more. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yes, sir.